how have you seen your business impacted by the last 5 months? How have you been able to be more creative in how you look at your business in the last 5 months? Like, what has coronavirus been? How have you navigated it, really?
So a lot of people thought I was crazy to open up a brick and mortar literally in the middle of a pandemic. Like, we were doing demo in March. Like,
right.
Yeah. So,
but you had planned this well before, obviously, March, though.
Right. I've been, the Witchn Kitchen has been around for 3 years.
Right.
So I actually had our kitchen in our basement, certified to like be able to mix my stuff, whatever. And I would see people, and I didn't really care for seeing, like, I saw my friends in the home, but I wasn't comfortable with having people I didn't know there, especially I have children and dogs and all that other stuff. So, I kind of backed off, but then I was like, man, I should just start a website. So my husband actually helped me like get that all started, and he made it. I'm not very tech savvy. I try, but I'm not. So he kind of showed me how to do it. But once I learned, I could rush right through. So it wasn't a big deal. So I actually started promoting my website more. I wasn't really taking anybody like consulting wise. I wasn't comfortable with that. But if someone had a question like, hey, I have a little bit of trying to cut caffeine. Here's a tea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here's what I would suggest. So that's kind of how I did that. Or I'm having a hard time sleeping. Here's a tea, calming. So, I mean. So
would you sell products on the website as well, or more? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super excited. I just got my first out of state order. Like,
awesome.
Yeah. So a lot of people from around here were ordering, and then they would pick up.
Yeah. Cool.
And then I just got my first like official out of state.
Sweet.
So I was like, oh, yeah, that was exciting. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, I mean, pretty much the coronavirus kind of pushed me to work a little bit harder to get it open, because I think it's going to be important. And I think people are questioning a lot of things, and people don't know what's going on. I follow a lot of, I'm part of like herbalist groups that they're kind of like, okay, like they're even admitting like, we don't really know anything about this. It's somewhat new, but we do know it's upper respiratory. So here are the herbs that are, in conjunction with those. Here are the herbs that help with boosting your immune system. So I just kind of stuck with that. I actually did sell a ton of elderberry during the pandemic, because elderberry is amazing that's like an old folk herbal remedy for like boosting your immune system from cold, flu. So I sold a lot of elderberry. But
sweet.
Yeah. So I mean, it really, more people were just asking more questions, I think. But I try to get online, and I wanted my brick and mortar open. So whenever we could be open, people could see like what I do, I guess.
Sure.
So yeah.
And your storefront is located?
We are in Butler, Pennsylvania at 228 North Washington Street. So,
all right, awesome.
Yeah.
Do most herbalists have a storefront? That do it that have it as a career?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I follow a lot of different herbalists. A lot of them are farmers. They farm their own herbs. I don't have that option, so I outsource a lot of my herbs, but my herbs are all organic. I'm really weird about all that stuff. Like I said, organic.
Right,
you can't
organic,
do it.
Buy it.
So yeah, do it organic. So I outsource a lot of my things, and Pennsylvania is kind of a weird state. Like, I'm not allowed to do certain things with herbs.
Really?
I have to have certain licensing. It's like way too crazy. So if
to mix certain things?
Yes.
Or just to sell?
Yeah.
Really?
So like, I can't add, like, I have to have a certain like certification to have honey. It's very bizarre because I don't own bees. And if I want to make tincture, which is like, it's a really high dosage of herbs, but you mix it with, basically you mix your herb and you put a bottle of vodka. It's the easiest way to say it.
Right.
With it. And then for 6 to 8 weeks, you shake the bottle every day, cool, dark place. But what it does is that vodka actually, or the alcohol, extracts the medicinal part of the herb out, and then you bottle the tincture. So you're getting a super high dose of those herbs. I can't do that in Pennsylvania unless I have a warehouse. So I have to outsource a lot of my things. Yeah, it's really crazy. But once I have the tinctures made, I can mix them to do what I need to do, but I have to outsource. So Pennsylvania has some weird laws.
Is there, What state would it, are there any really relaxed states when it comes to herbalism?
From what I see, I mean, I really haven't researched a lot of other, I mean,
Right. Yeah. Why would you have to? Yeah.
But I do like, I think places, I follow some people in Colorado on like Instagram,
Okay.
and they seem like they can like do a little bit more with theirs.
Sure.
Oregon seems like they can do a little bit
Makes
more.
sense, yeah.
So like I said, I'm not too sure.
Sure.
But yeah,
That's
Pennsylvania
so
has some
interesting.
funny laws. I mean, not that you can't do it. You just kind of have to jump through
Right. Yeah.
hoops. It's
Right.
almost like owning a brewery is what I would compare
Really?
it to.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That makes sense.
Yeah, so maybe that'll be the next thing. Who knows?
Yeah, right. That'll be the next like millennial. Like,
Let's open a brewery. Women
right.
owned. Yeah.
Did you find those laws out like early on in your career with this? Okay.
Yeah. So whenever I try to get my kitchen certified to, it's called cottage law kitchen or cottage kitchen. So anyone that bakes from home has to get this like walk through done of your house. So it's basically, do you have city or sewage and water, which no big deal. Do you have an active kitchen? And then do you have animals in your home? And if you do, are they able to get down there? So, have a door put up, whatever. And then you have to have a separate entrance, which we are able to. So our certification was like not a big deal.
Sure.
And it was actually certified by the previous owners of the home. So it was like they saw my address and they're like, okay, like wasn't a big deal at all.
Yeah, cool.
So that was nice. So when I started getting into that, they're like, okay, so are you mixing the teas? Like, what are you doing with them? Are you like putting them in bottles, or are you selling the herbs? I was like, no, I'm literally just selling raw herbs for people to make tea. They're like, oh, well then you're good. So I was like, what if I want to do tincture? Because I'd have to have alcohol. And then that's whenever I got like that, or like elderberry syrup. I guess I can make that because I do have the cottage law, but I have to make it in my home kitchen. I can't make it at the location. So I'd have to bring it and